dropping. We saw people, ambulances flying all over, and that was the end. They shut it down, unfortunately.
Cellcom Green Bay Marathon race officials shut down the annual event this morning after the warmer weather causes some to fall ill. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. More than 7,000 runners started the Green Bay Marathon and half marathon.
However, race officials say just a little more than half of them officially finished the race. That's because race officials called it off due to high temperatures and medical concerns. And as Fox 11's Bill Miston found out, some runners say the decision could have been handled better.
The Cellcom Green Bay Marathon started off like a normal race. However, at 2 hours and 25 minutes in,
marathon officials, due to the heat,
that all changed. Race Medical Director Jeremy Metzler and Race Director Sean Ryan made the decision to shut down the race after seeing the possible danger of continuing the race under the warm conditions.
Our resources we're running out of resources, running out of ice, running out of everything, IV fluids. So if we let the race continue, we're doing a detriment to the rest of our runners.
So it's very disappointing to us today to have to cancel and take away the opportunity for these runners to finish. But in the interest of safety, I feel comfortable that we made the best decision possible under the circumstances.
Did you think that you would have to need so many more resources, knowing what the conditions were going to be like today?
No, obviously, there's a finite amount of all resources, whether it's water, ice, or medical personnel. There's not an infinite amount of resources that you can put out there.
Ryan says the shutdown means official times were no longer being accepted after 9:35 a.m. More than 3,600 people officially finished the half marathon before that time. And for a short period of time, event staff even tried to block the finish line with metal barricades to the visible frustration of runners.
We do not want to physically remove people from the course. We don't want to get into altercations. We cannot force them off the course. We do the best we can to discourage them from continuing.
A cop come out and go, they're stopped, they shut the course down, and it was right over there, like less than a mile from the finish, and I just looked at him and I said, what? And I just ran around him.
As frustrating as the shutdown might be, the runners that continued to cross the finish line say they understand the reasoning behind the decision.
It was pretty hot. I mean, especially at the back stretch, it got warm real quick.
I think discretion was pretty good to call it off. A little disappointing.
However, some say the weather wasn't too bad. The National Weather Service posted that the area's temperature was in the low 80s at the time the race was called. Some participants felt the choice to continue should have been left to each individual runner.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think they should have given you the option to finish it or not finish it, because we signed a release anyway.
You have to understand that we don't make decisions based on one individual runner and his or her capacity to finish the race. We make the decisions based on the collective. And the medical personnel's decision and my decision today was that the collective audience out there was not enduring the heat like we had hoped.
According to the marathon's website, the elite marathon finishers will receive official times based on the gun time, not chip time, according to USA Track and Field rules for marathon prize money. Ryan says it's still unknown whether disgruntled runners can get a refund. In Green Bay, Bill Miston, Fox 11 News.
Heat-related problems sent more than 24 runners to area hospitals. According to numbers from the 4 Green Bay area hospitals, as of 5 this afternoon, Aurora Baycare Medical Center treated and released 4 patients from the marathon. Bellin Health had 6. St. Vincent and St. Mary's hospitals saw a combined total of 14 patients. Only 1 was admitted. Doctors say a possible reason for why so many people were struggling in the heat was because they aren't used to it.
People get climatized wherever you are. If you're running in Miami all the time, you're used to that heat. You're running in Green Bay, you're not used to this type of heat. And if you are, it's usually transient. You're usually not doing a marathon.
Dr. Zifferblatt with St. Mary's also says poor pre-race hydration or food intake could be a reason why people were collapsing during the race. The Green Bay Fire Department says it doesn't have any hard numbers on how many people were treated by EMS personnel along the race route. Officials say those numbers will take at least a day to compile.